Everything's delayed. Okay, are you ready? So, starting out, I am going to use your pillow. This is what I'm using today for the pillow because we are going to do some of our regular lifts to cover our strength work. However, I keep going back to this, but a lot of times people don't know what to do to really get their gluteals firing. So we're going to do some firing type moves to get our gluteals on board before we start to do a lot of lifting. Do you see what I'm doing? Now we do this a lot in our class. It's just a step forward. And then what I want you to try to do, and I have this pole in my hand because you're going to need it for stability. So if you step forward and you bend the knee, don't just go into a knee bend without thinking, because you know what you're going to do? This is what you're going to do. You're going to step forward, you're going to bend the knee, and you're going to do this. Okay? That's just what happens. So what I'm telling you is take a big breath through your nose, step out as if you're going to go down and tie your shoe. So that means pull yourself back. Okay? Now, we're starting to activate here because you should be feeling that. I'm interested in getting these on board, and this. So getting your gluteal on board before you walk, before you do lift weights, before you do heavy work is very important. So press yourself back, come down, and now it's the end of the move. See, I'm going to come up, and I'm going to lean in, and I'm going to lift. This is the required thing to get your gluteal firing, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and step forward, just like I'm doing a step. So this is our warm-up. Let me move back a little bit so you can make sure you see me. I have a pole. That's a safety mechanism. See? Now pull back. See, bend the knee. All right? Either hold it here or use it for your balance. So when you have replaced joints, when you have arthritic joints, when you have a back that's a little dicey, you might need this, okay? So have it handy or have a wall. You see how I'm dipping here? I'm coming down as if I'm going to tie my shoe here, okay? But I'm not leaning forward right now. I'm dipping, then I'm going to come up, and here's the trick right here. The minute that you release your toe and you come up, if you turn your toe like this, which is what a lot of people do when they go to lift their leg back, they turn, okay? You've just rotated your hip so that you're not even using the muscle that I'm trying to fire. So let's go back and do this. And I'm working in a little area, which is an area like a lot of you are on. You step, you dip, you pull yourself back, then you come up, point your toe down, make sure your toe is almost pointing in and down, okay? That way I'm leading with the heel, okay? And that is gonna fire that hamstring gluteal. Then I do a little bend of the knee, okay? Then I go step. So I just switch, okay? Tighten, back, big breath. Remember, the only thing you have to do to breathe through the nose is what? Shut your mouth. I know. Hard for me to do. Okay, so I'm going to come down as if I'm going to tie my shoe. This starts really activating here. Then I'm going to pull my heel up, pull my heel in. Okay? That is a very important move for us to do to get going and using our big muscles, you got to get your gluteal firing. And why is this so important? So here's my rod right here. Bent knees, pull, pull. See, it's a little pivot. So I want to move this time. I'm not just going from the hip up. I'm actually turning, drop my shoulder, come back in. So usually I'm talking to everybody for a little bit. I was on for 20 minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Okay, get ready. Now put your pole down. Tap back. We're not going to bend this time. We're going to lift. We're going to lift. We're going to lift. We're going to hang out here, and this has to get tight. Then I come back in. Okay, I do a high hip hinge. All right. So what you didn't see right now is we can go down like this. But if I go down like this is a good move. Okay, one that we should do. However, if I rotate and push back, then I start activating all the way up into my back. All right, so I'm going to do a hip hinge. I'm going to shine my tail lights, and I'm going to come down, and then I'm going to come right around, just like that. Okay, big breath, down, round, and back. Now, when I come up from that, I'm just going to tap back, put the heel up. If I need this, I'll put it down, and I'm going to tap back, heel up. So it's going to be 1, shift, 2, shift, 3, shift. See, like that? See, shifting, drop my shoulders. So this is part of waking the gluteals up, waking the hamstrings up, waking the quads up, okay? Because if I go lifting, even in a leg weight, even in bands, we're going to use our band, and I haven't gone through firing of my gluteal. See, it's really easy. Now, I should say it's a common modification that people do. I see people walking all the time, and they have eternal back problems, and a lot of it comes from not activating their gluteals. They'll lock their knees, and they'll ambulate and walk, but they don't really walk with their innervated gluteal muscles. Okay. The other way to start getting those gluteals firing is a simple, with no weights, a little simple high hip hinge. See this? So when I come up, then I'm going to squeeze, and I'm going to do that little knee bend so that I can pull the heel to the hip, heel to the hip. Big breath into the nose, high hip, come up, and strike the match. See, strike the match. Strike the match. I'll do 2 or 3. Then I'll go into a high hip hinge, come up, strike the match. So I'm saying strike the match as in your foot striking. See, I'm pushing down and coming here. Now, if you need a chair or your pole, in order to do this, always safety first, okay? So make sure that you have something stable to do this with. Okie dokie? Okay. Now we're gonna get a pillow, because we're working really good to get that gluteal firing. So what you do is you put your pillow down. I'm using this because that's what I found. So I'm going to come here. See that? And I'm going to act like I'm going to step off. Okay? So it's not what I'm doing with this leg that I'm worried about. If I were with you, I would be focused on this leg. So I'm acting like I'm going to go down a stair. So I want you to pretend that you're going downstairs. I hope this helps visualize what I'm trying to get you to do. So even though this is just a couple inches, your little pads at home are 2 inches. I measured them. They're right at 2 inches. So you're standing here and you're going to go down the stair. You see that move? That's huge. Here we go. Down the stair, down the stair. So put that heel down. Take a big breath. Yeah. And you're sitting down as you act like you're going to go down the stairs. Okay? So this should be starting to really get some sensations in your leg that you didn't have before. And I'm using this, or for those of you who need to, simply turn your chair around, okay? If you need to have a better handle on, just do that. See, that's fine. Switch your foot, okay? Now you're on the other leg. Ready? Drop your shoulders in through the nose. Okay, the foot that's on your pad is going to be wonky. It's going to be working all over the place. So that's what we want, but you got to be ready for it because it's going to throw you. Okay, now I'm going to go down the stairs. See this? I'm hip hinging. I'm bending at my knee. I'm going down the stairs. Now, this is my hip replace side. This is my knee replace side. I can tell you it is very different on my hip replace side as I act like I'm going down the stairs. This is very different, okay? I have to really think to do the hip hinge to go down. And see, I'm just putting my heel down as if I'm going down a stair, okay? This move is a very important move in rehab and in prevention of back, hip, knee issues, because it's an eccentric contraction. That might not mean a lot to some of you, but it's a lengthening thing that we're doing here. See, as I go down, it's making me work my hip, my thigh, my hamstrings, my back very differently. Okay, so as I do that, that helps wake up all these issues. Okay, so I use that as if it was a stair. Okay, now we got one more series to do before we really start lifting weights. So I'm going to come right here in my chair. I'm going to use my little band. I have an orange one here because for some reason I changed suitcases and I didn't have it in my normal packing things. You know how that goes, those of you who travel. Okay, so see here, see what I just now did? Some of you avoid this move because it hurts your back. It hurts your back because you've rounded your back as you go down to put your shoe or sock on, or to put this little band around your ankle. Okay, so what did I do? I lifted my leg, I hip hinged, I put the band on one leg, then I'm going to go wide, and I'm going to put the band around the toe, and as I bend deeper, what am I going to do with my back? See, I had to bend pretty deep to get that band, sock, shoe on. This is the crucial mistake that a lot of people make and get themselves into trouble with their backs. When they go down to put on whatever it is they're putting on, they flex. And I extended so that I not only stretch through my hips, I stretch up through my back. Okay, so now once I've done that, what I want to do today is instead of working all the way at the end of the lever, your leg, we're going to put this band right up here around the top, right above the knee. See that? This is all in an effort to help you really understand not to start doing heavy work with your hips. That means gardening. That means doing landscaping, that means cleaning your house, that means doing so many things in sports. You know, you go for a big shot at the pickleball court or whatever, and you really haven't woken up your muscles. See this? See this? Yeah, to go out and out, I have to pull gently, and I have to do it several times, okay? This is what a warm-up is supposed to do. Ready your muscles, your joints for said activity, okay? So that's why when everybody was not coming in, I was thinking, oh, we're gonna do such a good workout today. Where is everybody? They're out doing all their things, but I was in the wrong room. Here we go. Oh, well. Do you see what I'm doing? Do you see what I'm doing? See, I'm not taking my ankle way out. I'm taking the whole leg out. This is important because this is very important. Adductors here and abductors, ab and add, to ambulation, to getting your muscles all firing so that you can actually do work that is helpful in strengthening you without hurting your joints. So I'm going to keep them right here, and I'm going to take my hands and I'm going to lead the choir, right? I'm going to lead the choir. Take a breath, drop your shoulders, big breath in through the nose. Here we go. Hip hinge, pull, don't jerk. If you jerk to come up from here, A, either you're not strong enough, or B, you're having some hip issues and or knee issues. If that's the case, I would much rather use your hands on the chair in a very smooth move. Drop your shoulders, take a breath, push with the hands, and come to neutral. And then come up. Much better than jerking past that. Okay, here I am now, and I'm going to do some of the same work as I just did sitting. Okay, so I'm going to step out and come back in. I'm going to step out and come back in. And when you're doing this, I want you to notice something. When you get ready to step out, drop your shoulders. As you take your leg out, make sure your toe is pretty forward. It shouldn't be out much at all. Some people might turn it out a little bit, but not much at all. So it's a pull. See, with all these little guide wires right here. See that? Pull. Breath. It's a pull, and you just step out. Okay, now once you've done it one side and then the other, then you take this into a forward walking. The band, if it's gotten too narrow, maybe it's too tight, or maybe it's indenting, just open it up a bit, okay? And then I can go back. So you remember what we did at the first of this? Remember I told you? We just did like a walk, and then we bent as if we were going to tie our shoes. Remember that? Same thing. Only now I've got a band pulling on the front muscles and the back muscles of my leg, okay, of my hip. So if you will take seriously readying your muscles, go through this kind of little thing, and you might do abbreviated sessions of this, but as I step back, I keep my hips forward. See, that's the thing. I'm not turning out here. I'm stepping back. I'm bending just a little, just like we did at the beginning, but now I have a band on, okay? So once we've done that, now I'm gonna hip hinge and I'm gonna bring this band down to the longer lever area. So what does that mean? It's gonna be right around your ankles. And when you go down to do that, make sure you're hip hinging. You come down, you get those bands around your ankles, and now we're ready to do a very important move. Okay, so we've already innervated And now we're stepping in, stepping in. Anybody that has gone through anything related to like a therapy for backs, for hips, for knees, I will guarantee you, you did these, okay? They're a valuable move. But do you see what I did leading up to this? Yeah, because, and then if you need to, always have your bar, your little stick ready, because this is going to throw you. It can be the slightest little thing that you do that pushes you off balance, okay? So when I go to step really wide, I'm hip hinging. My stomach is tight, I'm hip hinging. My stomach is tight, I'm hip hinging. Then I'm going to come back. I might do 3 steps, I might do 4, I might, if I have the room, I might do 8. And then I head back, okay? And I might do 2 to 3 sets of this. So take a big breath. So what you're trying to do in increasing your repetitions is working with a lesser weight, a lesser pull, but you're getting your endurance by being able to do maybe 2 sets, 3 sets. See that? So it's just a step out, step in, step out against that band, pull in, step out, pull in, okay? Don't get in a hurry. Step out, hip hinge, step in, come up, step out, come up. So this is all part of being able to walk more smoothly. Make sure your rib cage is up, press. Okay, I'm gonna come back around and we're gonna switch moves now. So now I'm here, and now I'm gonna go forward. See this? So when I step up now, I'm gonna step up and to the side. See that? Okay, when you do that move, the knee needs to be soft. So I always have my little bar here. So I'm stepping back here. I'm gonna come here to the side. Come here to the side. Come here to the side. And if your hip is talking to you, you know, hips will start talking to you, letting you know things are not right. Be gentle with yourself. Don't step so wide. Just step here. The whole point of this class is management. It ain't gonna prevent you from having, you know, some of these issues. We all have them. But how do we manage them? Do we just sit and fall apart? I don't think so. There are things we can do, all right, to help manage it. See what I'm doing? I'm moving back, straight back. Every time I step back, y'all, every time I go forward here, I am working very important structures around that hip, especially my adductors, my abductors, my hamstrings, my gluteal. Then I'm gonna go back, 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 okay? Okay, last one before we move to our weights, okay? And here it is. So I'm gonna put my little bar down, I'm gonna use my chair. Why? Because I'm gonna be standing here with my ankles cobbled. And if I get off balance, well, that won't be a pretty thing, really. So as I'm here, now I'm pulling against the band. See that? So I want you to take a step back. See that? You're gonna step back with a soft knee, push down on the chair gently, tight tummy, step back. When you put the heel down, whoa, are you pulling through there? See that? Pull, pull. This is a very important move right here, okay? Working against a resistance. Then step up, Step back as far as you can onto the toe. Drop your shoulders. Now, rotate from the heel to the toe. You bend your knee, and then you press the heel down, okay? And you're pressing down on this chair, not out. Press down. So this is just to help. And if you want to, you could be against a wall or nothing, but you have to really remember to keep your rib cage up, okay? Take a big breath, press that heel down, bend the knee, press that heel down, bend the knee, press that heel down, just a couple more. Take a big breath, take a big breath. Yes, and bring it back up. Then you're gonna go out, free swinging, because this one is the stability. See, I'll do it this way so you see what I'm doing. So when I go out here, I don't just kick it, kick it, kick it. I know, I've seen it done so many times, even in physical therapy studios. Drop your shoulders, get grounded. So what do I mean by that? Get your whole foot on the ground, do a tiny hip hinge, not a big one. This is tight. Soft knee, toe is turned in. Now we're moving this like this. So the work here is not really this leg, because people can handle that, right? That's not a big pull. But this hip, this gluteal, this hamstring, this quad is holding your whole body here. It's keeping you from falling over. As you pull against it, it gets a different kind of workout. That's why I don't want you to avoid these bands. I know it. You know, it can get hard or boring or whatever. Listen, play whatever games you need to in your head to hang in here with me. Drop your shoulders, take a big breath. Don't rubber band this. Pull it out there, hold it. Take a big breath. Oh, yeah, and bring it in. This should be fire. Yes. Now I'm going to stand right here, and this one's going to go out. Okay, my knee is soft. It's not really bent, but it's soft. Shoulders are down. You have to keep correcting. Breathing in through the nose. Okay, uncurl your toes. You tend to curl your toes on this, so uncurl your toes. Take a big breath. Make sure you're nice and braced. And shift. See, I'm ready and up. Here I go. See that? I'm going to hang it out here for a couple seconds. Don't rubber band it. Keep it taut and then go out as far as you can. Take a breath. So this kind of firing is going to take some oxygen. So take a breath. Don't sling it. Don't jerk it. Keep it really working. I know. Take a breath. Just do this with me, okay? And I'm telling you, people think, my hip is unstuck. This is magic. And I'm like, no, it's just, you know, movement done in the right sequential, you know, pulls. That's it. Take a breath. Take a breath. Ribcage up. Should be firing right here. Whoa. Breath. This is my hip replace side. Knee replace side. They're both working in order to do this pretty hard. Take a breath. Don't rubber band it. Your back extensions are working like you can't believe. Okay? Now stay wide. Stay wide. Okay? Bring those knees in like this. And then go way out. See what I'm doing? I'm rocking my feet. I'm going into the instep right here. My rib cage is up. Then I'm going to go out to the outer edges, roll my feet out, and I'm rolling against this resistance band. Then I come back in. I always have my chair. Now when you come in, don't just try to roll your feet in. Bring your knees in, okay? That And usually, whenever that we're doing squats and things like that, yeah, I caution you about not doing that. Right, but this is a specific move to work through the ankles, through the adductors and abductors, and we're rolling our feet against a resistance band. I'm hip hinged, my rib cage is up. I am rolling into the full inside of your foot. Then I'm going to rotate to the full outer edges of the foot. See how the knees are going out there? Do not round your back here. And then you come back in. Take a big deep breath. Whew. Okay, now we're going to just come like this. Yeah, just get a feel for where's the pull. And if your hip starts to speak to you, well, you got to figure out, well, what is it? Am I heading toward needing to get something done with my hip? So, and I'm telling you this from my own experience, okay? So this is my replay side, no problem whatsoever. Here's my supposed to be good side. I'm feeling it. I have been feeling it for about 3 or 4 years. Many of you have been there. See here, I can't really pull it, so I'm not going to pull past it. It's talking to me. But I'm functioning, I'm managing to not let my other muscles get too weak. Yeah, I know, I will be addressing this. And, but you know, yeah, I had appointments back in 2020, and you know what happened in 2020? So it's talking to you again. So see how I'm just stepping out and stepping in? Yeah, I'm just free moving, free moving. It's a really good thing to do against a resistance band, not just for your hips, but for your ankles, for your feet. Okay, so now I'm just going to pull my heel out, and there I'm loose. See there? No problem. Okay, here's my chair. Now we're ready to do some decent lifting because I've innervated the gluteal. I took great pains this morning to do that kind of work, so that you understood how to just move forward into what it takes to get your gluteals and your inner thighs and your outer thighs, those muscles, all working together. It will just help things so much. Okay, so I'm going to start out today with medium weight. So whatever is medium for you, you should be able to do some moving with your arm and do it without compromising because it's too heavy. So it needs to have some weight in it, okay? So I'm right here, sitting in the chair. I've just added 18 pounds. I have a 9 and I have a 9, okay? So I'm not sure if Nancy's on this morning, but that's got to be at least, I don't know, 4 pair of shoes, more or less. I don't know, depending on what they are. Maybe they're sandals. Okay, are you ready? So I'm right here. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to come right here. So before I put load on my feet, with this load, I want to get a readout in my upper body of what I'm picking up. So I'm going to come here again, tap, come here again, tap. I'm going to open wide, okay? And I'm going to come back in. So I'm doing a hinge motion with my shoulders with a pretty good weight. But you notice I'm not coming up past my ears. See that? Yeah, that's kind of important. Okay, take a breath. Bring them in. Bring them out. Okay, bring them in. Bring them out. Okay, take a breath. Now I'm just going to hover above my shoulders here. At this point, your shoulders need to be down and pulling together in the back, okay? And have your hands so you can wave, okay? And then just do a little press and come down. A little press and come down. I still don't go up over my ears. Take a press. Here we go, breath. Big press and come here. Shoulders should be down and in. Shoulder blades should be squeezing. Yep. Take a breath. Look at your elbows. See, I can tell a lot if somebody is flaring their elbows. Don't flare your elbows. They should be right in line with the side of you, not flaring out. Push, 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 push. It's a push right there. Yeah, hang on. Stay with me, stay with me. Take a breath, take a breath, take a breath. Two more, just two more. We got it, we got it. Right here should be a medium weight for you, and then bring it in. Take a breath. So it should have been a load, all right? Should have been a load. Now, still sitting, I'm gonna lean in, okay? And I'm gonna come right here with my elbows. We've done this before. We're gonna add a little move here. We're gonna go down. We're gonna pull the shoulder blades together. Then we're gonna push. And now we're gonna really pull them together. Then release, bring them in, press down. So, some of you out there, if you wanna work a little harder on this one, instead of sitting in a chair, which absolutely you can do if you wanna concentrate on just the arm movements and you don't wanna have to balance yourself, fine, sit in the chair, that's fine. Just make sure the back is extended and your hip hinging, okay? Those of you who would like to stand with me, then we just come here and we come here. And we do this same move and we don't rush it. We come down, we pull those shoulder blades in. And then when we push that elbow out, we pull together with the shoulder blades down. You pull, you push, then you roll. Then you go down with them, pull those elbows in, pull those shoulder blades in, then you reach, then you pull in again. And you're hanging out here. Okay, your hip hinged, your back is extremely extended. Take a big breath, pull, push it out, and pull the shoulder blades together. And you're pushing into your feet, a lot into the heels. Pull, take a breath. Here we go, pull them in, pull them in. Back down, back out. One more, here we go, here we go. Breath, push, pull them in, and come back down. And come back down, and come back down. Nice, open your hands out, open back, lean back, bring one leg up, bring the other leg up, take a big deep breath, cross, bring your rib cage up, woo, keep your chin down, then cross, see how I'm crossing, 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 and then I'm going to come back down. So, we've been sitting, and now I'm going to do some standing with the weights. You can keep with your medium weight. That could be, for me, it will be a 9, a 12, and then when you start getting to 15, then you start getting heavier, for me anyway. So now I'm going to go up to 12. So still medium, but challenging. So as I've gone up in the weights, just before I stand up with my weights, I want to activate the gluteals again, because I've sat on them for a bit. And this is a good thing to remember, like if you're on long trips and stuff. The more you sit on your gluteals, the more they go to sleep. If you can put your hands down here, I know you don't want to do a big ruckus, but this is very doable. You drop your shoulders, you lift your butt, and you squeeze your butt right there. See that? Then you come back down here, you just barely touch, and then you squeeze your rear end right there. See that? Then if you will move one foot over into the center, then you can do one-legged hip lifts. So I'm gonna lift my hip, and I'm gonna just bring this out here. See this? So I go into my heel, and as I lift, I press into that heel, okay? You're gonna feel your hamstrings and your gluteal just start getting on target. See that? You know, 3 of them, 6 of them. Come back in, shake out your hands. Get ready, we're gonna go to the other one. Or you don't have to do one and then the other. You can do both together, that's fine. Take a breath. So I'm gonna bring the other one over. This is my hip replace side. Drop your shoulders. That's number 1. Big breath through the nose. Number 2, drop, lift the hip. See that? And I'm just gonna bring the hip back and I'm gonna push through the heel and come back down. I'm gonna push through the heel and I'm gonna come back down. Breath, drop your shoulders, push through the heel. Yeah, you should feel your hamstring and your gluteal screaming just a little. Breath, breath. Here we go. Keep your shoulders down. Just 2 more, just 2 more. Here we go. You can do it with both feet. I don't mean lift both feet up. Kathy is rolling her eyes now. I mean like this. See, this is fine. Then you will push right to there. Drop your shoulders. Squeeze your rear end. Then you come back down. Okay? So we'll do that. And now I'm going to stand up, but I'm going to pick up my weights here in just a second. So you're going to lead the choir. So here's the thing about gluteal activation, hamstring, quad. We can be doing so much every single time we sit down and stand up. And this is how you do it. You come here and you just say, I am not going to jerk. I am not going to grab something. See that? If you have to help yourself, put your hands here. Push to here. See? When you come up, then what you're going to do is squeeze your gluteal, raise a heel, and just tap back. See that? You're going to stand right here. I'm going to do this one. Okay? You're going to squeeze your butt, and you're going to come right here and just tap back. See, I've just activated, or I'm helping to get that gluteal awake again. Because what do we do? What do we do? We're in a chair, and we go, here, help grandma up, right? And somebody comes and pulls us. No, you can do this. Use your hands here if you need to, because I'm very real with, I do understand how joint problems can give you real mobility issues. Use your hands here. Help to get yourself to neutral. My heels are down, then I stand up. I don't jerk past using these muscles. Once you've done that, shift, go to your toe, and then tap backwards and squeeze your butt. Then you come stand here, do the other one. See, my knee is soft. I just tap back here and I squeeze. See? See that? So I've just given myself a huge chance to not be so much pain, okay, when I'm walking. Why? Because instead of doing your walk or whatever you're going to do, whatever task you're going to do, especially squatting and all that heavy stuff, which we're going to do some right now, instead of just using a couple of muscles that you have learned to push past the weak ones, you get them all on board together. That's the point of this whole first part of this class, okay? So I hope that's helping you to be understandable. So did you see what I just did? I'm reaching down here to get weights. Okay, Are you looking here at my back? See that? A lot of times we forget ourselves. We go to pick up something and we just approach it like this and round up our back and grab whatever. And then we wonder why our back is so sore. Okay. So here I am, step wide, hip hinge, back is extended. I'm going to pick up 12. Then I'm going to pick up 12. Okay. Bring them right in here. Take a big deep breath. Tap out right here. Heel, toe. That's it. If you go to the heel and to the toe and you make yourself balance with this leg, okay? And that doesn't mean lock it, right? What does it mean? Soft knee, rib cage up. Squeeze in through the hips. Heel toe, see that? Then I bring them right here. Then I bring them here. Then I go here. And I'm doing a heel toe thing. I bring them here. I bring them here. And I'm doing a heel toe thing. Here. Then I go here. Heel toe, heel toe. I'm still on. You can do 1. You can do 2. You can do 3 or 4. The point is I'm overloading. Okay? I'm doing multi movements called compound moving. I'm moving up here, I'm moving down here. My brain has to really be on target to do this. It's a relatively simple move. However, when you've got joint issues, back issues, this move isn't so simple, okay? And this move done after you've really activated all those muscles, so much more beneficial. Here we go. Drop the shoulders. I'm getting ready. I'm going to go toe and heel, and this is my hip replace side. So I know I'm going to be wobbling more. So I'm thinking about that. I'm really sitting back. I'm keeping my knee soft. I'm trying really hard to not let myself over lean. Now I'm going to go here. Now I'm just going to stay here for a second. I'm going to really get those front arm muscles going. Take a breath. It's not too heavy so that I can't do, you know, a set or two of 10, but I'm doing the heel toe kind of a maneuver while I'm lifting, okay? So when you're out in the real world, let's say these are suitcases, or let's say these are buckets of something, okay? You're moving all over the place. Okay, just keep mindful of your positioning. That's the point. Drop those shoulders, take a break anytime you need to. Breathing in through that nose. Make that leg, those arms, do the work. Okay, one more. All right, one more. And come here. See how I snuck you into that? Oh, I know, it was a trick. So I'm right here. I have 12 and 12, right? I'm shifting. This is a very valuable thing to make sure that you allow yourself to do. Okay, just keep your shoulders down, keep very tight in your tummy, and I'm shifting side to side. Remember all those things we did with the inside, outside of the feet? Remember that? Yeah, well, we're just putting it into practice now, and I'm taking my whole body in and out. Okay, steady, here we go. I'm right here. I'm gonna bring it down. See that? Then I'm gonna pull back up and open. Yeah, so you can let them be on your shoulders, that's fine. So ground yourself, take a big breath. Bring them back down. See how I'm controlling the move? So even though these are heavier, I'm controlling the move. I'm keeping my elbows in. Take a big breath. Whew. Back down. Here we go. Pull. Ugh. Take a breath. Back down. Here we go. And so some of you might say, well, geez, Jeannie, how many of these you're gonna do? And I'm gonna say, what am I gonna say? Well, how many can you do without compromising your form? Yeah, that's the deal. Because you should have enough weight that you actually start to feel fatigue. Okay, breath. I've got just a couple more. I know I didn't tell you the number. Breath. Yeah, stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. Ah. Breath. So as you have your birthdays, do not discount repetition, the value of repetition in your weights. That's going to allow you to keep your muscles without injuring the joints. Okay? So just two more. We'll go two more. Breath. Just don't swing them. See, I'm coming down, I'm lifting. See that? Okay, I'm gonna bring them right here. I'm gonna take a big breath. I'm gonna go up with my shoulders, down. I'm gonna come forward and back while I hold the weights. So I'm gonna go up, down, come forward and back. Go up. So those of you who are scared because you've had shoulder issues to lift anything, if you can just get a weight in your hand and go through a series as we're ending our class today with this kind of a move with pretty good weight, oh my goodness, for the benefit for your shoulder girdle, wow, go up, down, come forward, now go way back and go up, down, forward, and then way back. So I'm doing this with 12 and 12. Great benefit for anybody. Walkers, bikers, if you just want to ambulate and use your shoulders and your body better, this is a very big benefit. Doing it with a pretty good weight. So it's just all the way back. It's up as far as you can go, and it's forward. And you're going to open your in between your shoulder blades, and then you're going to come back. See that? Then I'm going to come right here. I'm going to go pull. So I'm in and up right here. Pull. See that? It's just a pull. Breath. Pull. Big breath. Ugh. Big breath. Keep those shoulders down. Ugh. Right there. Pull. Stay in the heels for the most part. Do not round your back here. Every time I come to my knee, I'm pushing my butt back. See that? Okay? Just like that. Just like that. Pull. Now I'm going to go over here and put them down. As I put them down, I keep my back extended. Then I'm going to come right here to my chair. Okay? Come forward with my knee and come back. So this is a very classic move to recover and for mobility. So after doing all that moving through our hip, through our knees, through our ankles, we come way back here, drop the heel, bend the knee and back so that you get down into the heel cords, the soleus. Hang out here for just a second. Then rotate the hip, bring the toe up. Big breath. Then I step back and I step front. Switch, Put the heel down, bend the back knee. Yeah, bend it. Hang out there for just a little bit. Then straighten it, then bend it, then straighten it, then bend it. Then bring the toe up in the front. Take a big breath. Big breath, big breath. Hang out here, hang out here. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Step wide. Come right down here to your elbows. Straighten your legs. Just dip your head. Then come back. Only for a second. Do 1 or 2 seconds. Then you come back. Then you dip again. Take a breath. The toe comes up. The toe comes up. The toe comes up. The toe comes up. Then we go back down. We do it one more time. Here we go. One toe up. One toe up. Rotate, 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 rotate. Step wide. Rotate into that side bend. Then you step in, step wide with the other leg. Rotate into that groin. And step in. Woo. Take a big deep breath. Shake out those arms. Okay, even though we got in a little late, sorry about that. I really had been on for quite a while. Anyway, let me take us off.